Turkey, I'm on the running machine, on the road, look. Road running like Rocky Balboa. After I beat Joshua, I want his sensei. I want a rematch with a rabbit. I want in London, or I want in Las Vegas, or New York City, baby! I promise you, rabbit, you will have the rabbit.
Man, he cheated. He had rockets up his ass. He cheated.
Do you still feel
He
that?
cheated. Cheated. Total.
Breaking news has rocked the boxing world as Tyson Fury exploded during an intense Instagram live session and fired a brutal warning straight at Oleksandr Usyk ahead of a potential trilogy showdown. The Gypsy King looked absolutely fired up as he called Usyk out and promised a completely different version of himself this time around.
What did the psychologist say? He could never come back to where he was.
Yeah.
Because of his,
Unless he...
psychological things. He'll never get back to where he was because I smashed him to pieces twice. Literally took years off his life. And the fact that he's 40-year-old, the sand's run out of the bottle for him, nothing to do with these defeats to me, and admitting he'd been beat. He can never get back to where he was. One reason, he's past his prime. It's gone. Sell by date. It's like if you get the best steak ever, I don't care if you give $1,000 for a steak, you leave it in the fridge for a week and it goes off. You ain't going to eat it. You're never going to get it back again. You can't rejuvenate it. Unless there's a youth serum that I don't know.
Something that Usyk does, a little bit of tricks of the trade.
Well, yeah. Listen, winners win. They win ugly. Winners win anyhow. Win ugly. Usyk is a master of that. Whatever it takes to win. He's done it all through his career. I'm not here to go back on make it to do. I could go into details from before in the past, not just with the fights he's had with my fighter. Fights he's had with other people. Yes, he does always look to the referee. There was one point, I think it might have been round 5, where the Rico hit a perfectly good shot to the body, and he pointed to the referee to say that was low. No, that was not low. And it's just the things he does. But nevertheless, like I said, winners, which he is a serial winner, they find their way to win, and he found a way to win.
Meanwhile, Tyson Fury completely dismissed Oleksandr Usyk's current level and claimed the Ukrainian legend is mentally finished after their wars inside the ring. Fury sounded extremely confident here and genuinely believes Oleksandr Usyk no longer has the hunger, sharpness, or physical condition to survive another brutal battle against him.
Hi brother, I am ready. Every time. I'm ready. Las Vegas, New York, Saudi Arabia, anything. Come on! Greedy belly is my friend.
Oleksandr Usyk reacted to Tyson Fury's trilogy call-out in a calm and confident mood as the Ukrainian champion claimed he is ready to fight anywhere at any time. Still, Tyson Fury's recent energy feels completely different now, and fans are starting to believe the Gypsy King wants revenge more than ever before.
His health as well as everything else. So it's a sad state to get in, but I hate to say it, but I told you so. I said this would happen to him, just like it happens to all the great fighters of the past. We all go on too long, we all spend all our money, and we all regret it in the end. But changing back to the other question you asked me, how am I dealing with my defeats to Usyk? Do you know, I leave it in 24. I think with me being a total psychologist, without someone telling me to leave it in 24, I sort of worked that out for myself, that I'm very blessed and very, very, very fortunate to be in this position, that I have my full family with me, and my dad and my brothers and my wife and my kids, and I can do anything I want. I chose boxing. I choose boxing because I love boxing. I ain't boxing because, I spent my money. Because I don't really spend any money. I don't really spend a lot of money.
Don Charles questioned the controversial stoppage and made it clear he believed Rico Verhoeven deserved the final round. Right now, Oleksandr Usyk's latest fight is facing massive criticism from fans and boxing figures, alike, with many claiming the ending protected Usyk from a potentially dangerous finish.
Do you think he took the piss a bit with the time laying down on the floor after he...
Yeah, that wasn't a low blow. You didn't see him grabbing his balls, did you?
Right.
Yeah, that was a real shot.
Oleksandr Usyk tried to dismiss the noise around the controversy and focus only on boxing. But that calm response may not be enough anymore. With Tyson Fury accusing him, Rico demanding justice, and fans questioning recent decisions. Usyk's silence only gives the trilogy debate more fire.
I do not think about this. A lot of people say, hey, it's early, it's not. Listen, it's not my job. My job is boxing.
Daniel Dubois added another layer to the accusations against Oleksandr Usyk by bringing up their own controversial moment. In his view, the body shot was legal, and Usyk was given too much time to recover. Now Tyson Fury is using the same pattern to argue that Usyk has benefited from decisions more than once.
I thought it was incredible. I thought Rico was unbelievable. I mean, it was the rhythm. Usyk just couldn't get to terms with it, and I had Rico up in the fight going into that 11th round, and I felt like Usyk, buzzed him a little bit in the 10th, and actually could have had. I was saying to AJ and everybody else, he's got to stick it on him there. I think he can actually stop him, and he did stop him. I thought it was a poor stoppage. I know that you can never think about how long left in the round, but what was there, a couple of seconds left in the round?
Yeah.
And I think when you're up in the fight or you're that competitive, you can't stop a fight when he's not taking really any serious punishment, even though the knockdown was heavy. So
Rico Verhoeven is clearly frustrated here, questioning the referee's decision and insisting the timing of the stoppage changed everything. He believes the bell had already gone and he was still ready to continue the fight. From a Tyson Fury perspective, this just adds more chaos around Oleksandr Usyk's world, with controversies like this always following his big fights and raising questions about fairness in key moments.
That's why right away when the referee came in, I wasn't dazzled or whatever. I was looking at the referee and why is it stopping? We're almost there. So it didn't make any sense to me. And then now looking back at it, even the bell went.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And that's something he should be aware of. So yeah, of course mistakes can be made, but then looking back at it, the referee should admit his mistake.
Liam Goff breaks down how Oleksandr Usyk was expected to dominate easily, but instead got pushed into a real fight by Rico Verhoeven. The narrative of an easy win completely disappeared as Rico's toughness and awkward style created problems. From Tyson Fury's angle, this is exactly the kind of performance he would study, because it shows Usyk can be made uncomfortable under pressure and dragged into unexpected wars.
Oleksandr Usyk, what the hell was that? Oleksandr Usyk, who is a two-time heavyweight undisputed champion, went in there with a guy by the name of Rico Verhoeven, who had a record of 1-0 with one knockout in a fight that he had over a decade ago, who has made his name primarily in kickboxing as a kickboxing legend. Not a boxing legend, a kickboxing legend. On the surface, that is seen as an easy fight for one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, one of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of gloves. Right? That is seen as an easy fight on paper. Oleksandr Usyk went in there, and for 11 rounds, he made that fight hard. No, not only did he make it hard, Rico Verhoeven made it hard for him by showing a tremendous engine, tremendous strength, very unorthodox, but he made it difficult for Oleksandr Usyk, to the point when you are watching this fight, you're thinking Usyk needs not just a knockdown, he needs a knockout to win this.
Derek Chisora is furious here, calling it an early stoppage and outright robbery, showing how controversial the decision was. He even starts talking about big future fights for Rico, proving the performance changed his reputation. From Tyson Fury's perspective, moments like this add pressure on Oleksandr Usyk, because every big win of his seems to come with debate, anger, and calls for rematches.
Please, they robbed that fucking guy.
What's next for Rico, do you think?
Okay, huh?
What do you think is next for Rico?
Dylan White. I think Rico should fight Dylan White. Huh?
Yeah, what about the rematch?
They got a rematch.
Usyk's former promoter gives a respectful message, praising his greatness and suggesting retirement at the right time to protect his legacy. It is a calm and respectful tone, but in the background of Tyson Fury's rivalry narrative, it contrasts heavily with the chaos and criticism coming from Fury's side, who constantly pushes pressure, challenges, and controversy around Usyk's name.
Think of the future. So from the bottom of my heart, I wish him to retire at his prime and being remembered in ages as one of the most prominent and greatest
Rico Verhoeven doubles down hard, even suggesting corruption and demanding an appeal, which shows how strong the controversy has become. He believes he was ahead and robbed of a fair result. From a Tyson Fury storytelling angle, this kind of drama only adds more noise around Oleksandr Usyk's fights, making his victories look constantly disputed and questioned by opponents afterwards.
Of course, mistakes can be made, but then, looking back at it, the referee should admit his mistake, look back at it and say like, hey, so it's either a no contest or we go to the scorecards. And I think if we go to the scorecards, I was ahead. So
Peter Fury is basically calling out a major timing error in the stoppage and making it clear that Rico was still very much alive in the fight. The key issue here is the bell already going, which should have given the fighter a chance to recover in his corner. Instead, the referee steps in during what should have been rest time, which changes the entire outcome. Fury highlights that Rico was still responsive, still defending himself, and still willing to fire back. In a world title fight, that kind of decision becomes extremely controversial because it removes the chance of a proper finish. The feeling here is that the referee acted too quickly and did not respect the situation of the round ending.
You know, what can I say? It's done. But when you're fighting for the world title and your man's put such a good performance up and he's in the fight, okay, he gets put down, but he gets back up. And he was missing and he's fired, he shot, he tried to fire back as well. So the bell's gone and then he decides to stop it. He's on his feet.
Carl Froch is pointing directly at how close the fight actually was and questioning why it was not allowed to reach a natural conclusion. With Rico potentially ahead on multiple scorecards, the stoppage feels even more controversial. Froch describes how the timing was so late in the round that letting it continue into the final round would have made more sense. He also questions Usyk's performance, suggesting he did not look like his usual dominant self. This adds to the growing narrative that Rico was not just surviving but actually competing at a very high level against one of the sport's best.
Came out, he got up on the 8 count, and then the 10-second clapper went, so it was right towards the end of the round, and it was almost like the referee could have let the fight go on, just so we could have seen the final round, because on a lot of scorecards around the ringside, people had Rico ahead by about 2 or 3 rounds, and difficult to argue with. I don't know what Usyk was doing. Has Usyk got older?
Rico Verhoeven is clearly frustrated because he believes the fight was taken away from him at the worst possible moment. He felt aware, composed, and ready to survive the final seconds to reach a fair ending. From his perspective, going into a full 12th round could have completely changed the result, especially if the scorecards were close. His reaction shows he genuinely feels the bell had already saved him, but the referee still chose to intervene. That is why he is talking about an appeal, because in his eyes the stoppage does not match what actually happened inside the ring.
Completely honest, I just saw the end because of all the comments I was reading, and they stopped the fight after the bell. So the bell went, and then they stopped the fight. So yeah, I think we might just go and appeal it, because this doesn't make any sense, right? No. Like if the bell goes and then stop the fight, why? You know, it's like, then it's my time to rest.
Eddie Hearn is reinforcing the idea that Rico was not just competitive but actually troubling Usyk throughout the fight with his rhythm and awkward style. He suggests that Usyk struggled to fully adapt, which is not something fans usually expect from him. Hearn even had Rico ahead going into the final rounds, which makes the stoppage feel even more questionable in his view. He also believes Usyk was starting to feel pressure, which adds to the argument that the fight was still alive and could have gone either way if allowed to continue.
Up, down, up, down.
But it was a body shot. It was a body shot.
Okay, bro.
That was clear.
It wasn't the past, okay. Body shot.
Jason Statham is keeping it balanced but still highlighting the danger Rico brought into the fight. Even though Usyk is respected as a champion, he reminds everyone that boxing is unpredictable and upsets can happen at any time. Rico's performance proves that experience gaps do not always decide fights when styles clash. The message here supports the idea that this was far from an easy night for Usyk and that the result could have easily shifted with one different moment or decision.
Yeah, Usyk is a tremendous champion. I love it. I love everything about him, what he stands for. But, you know, the thing about, you know, the fight game and you know, and competitive sport in general, an upset is always around the corner. You can never discount anybody. And, you know, that's the thing about, you know, boxing in particular. This is your last chance. Buy the pay-per-view on DAZN.
Michael Bisping's reaction is very direct and emotional, showing how controversial this moment has become. He openly suggests wrongdoing, which reflects the frustration many fans and fighters felt after the stoppage. Whether people agree or not, it highlights how divided opinions are around this fight. In a high-level contest like this, even small timing issues can create huge debates, and Bisping's statement shows just how far the disagreement has gone regarding fairness and officiating.
It's for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Let the man go down. There's a 3 knockdown rule in boxing. There was only 1 knockdown there. I'm just a little disappointed for Rico going out there fighting like that, showing the heart that he did, and almost pulling off the upset because he was clearly ahead on the scorecards. And then to get dropped in round 11, get back to his feet, take a few more shots but not go down and the referee stop it. Nah, man. Nah. After going through 11 rounds of war, you're going to stop it because of that? I didn't like that at all.
Derek Chisora is backing Rico Verhoeven and pointing out something very important about this matchup, that Rico actually wanted this fight while Usyk did not chase it in the same way. That alone adds pressure and belief behind Rico's performance. Chisora also hints at the upset factor, saying history is always made in moments like this, especially in big global settings. His tone shows real confidence that Rico could shock the world, and it strengthens the narrative that this was not a simple mismatch, but a real danger fight for Usyk from the start.
You picked Rico Verhoeven to win this fight, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And then I saw his promoter, Jason, when we were coming in the red carpet, and I go to him, I think he might win this, because Derek, I think so too. Because remember, he asked for this fight. Oleksandr didn't ask for this fight, so I pick him to win it. We're definitely going to get upset here today. Listen, history was made. Look behind us, we've got the pyramids. You know, we're in Africa.
This fight has turned into one of the most controversial moments in recent boxing memory, and the debate is not slowing down. On one side, you have Oleksandr Usyk, a proven champion with elite skill, experience, and calm under pressure. On the other side, you have Rico Verhoeven, a dominant force from kickboxing who stepped into boxing and pushed one of the greatest heavyweights of this era to the limit. The real question now is not just who won, but how it ended and whether the referee took away a defining moment in the sport. If Usyk truly retains this win clean, it strengthens his legacy even more as a fighter who can survive chaos and still find a way to win. But if Rico Verhoeven was genuinely denied a fair ending, then this becomes a story of controversy that will follow Usyk for a long time. Mentally, Usyk is known for staying calm in storms, but Rico's frustration shows a fighter who believes he was seconds away from changing everything. Fans are now split down the middle, and the rematch talks will only grow louder. One thing is clear: this rivalry has not settled anything yet. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop your opinion in the comments, and tell us who you really think had the fight under control.